Hi, my name is Kevin Fricke. I'm the founder of Ateamo. About 5 years ago, I started an adult soccer club called Austin Athletic Club here in town. And our goal was to get out, get together with a bunch of guys, get out on the field, have fun, compete, and stay in shape. After about 2-3 years of doing that, I realized that being a captain of an adult team has a lot of challenges. The first challenge is having to know when the games are, what time, where, who's going to be there, what field it's on. That sort of thing was always very difficult to kind of send out. Tried several different options and it was always very hard. The second big challenge is communication. How do you communicate with a group of guys that, you know, maybe have their work email, maybe they've got a home email, they've got text, they've got Facebook, all these different platforms to communicate. And we just needed something centralized that you could do, send out one piece of communication or update, and everybody would get it regardless of what social media tool they use. The third big challenge was registrations. We play in the Adult Men's Soccer Association and the Co-ed Soccer Association. So every team had to be registered, every player had to fill out a registration form, fill out their profile. Usually that meant that I had to drive across town, fill out the form, drop off a picture, drop off a check for the registration fee, and then go back a week later and pick up the player card just so this guy could play with us on Sundays. The fourth big challenge was money. It costs a lot of money to play soccer, rec soccer. You have team fees and player fees, ref fees, and it was very difficult to know which player's paid, which hasn't. Most often I'd write down, people would throw cash and checks to me at the field. I'd write down their name, who paid, on a little piece of scratch paper in my soccer bag. I'd get home. Usually wouldn't even be legible. So I knew there had to be something better out there to help manage a soccer team. I looked at several things, looked at Evite for managing games, looked at some team management tools for kind of, organizing your events and things like that, but none of them just really worked from my perspective. I knew I could do it better, so I started Ateamo. With Ateamo, you can create events and syndicate to all your players. League events are also created and syndicated out through all the teams. So if the league changes a game on you, a time or location, it automatically sends out to all the captains and players that game update, as well as when they log into Ateamo. The information's already updated. The captain doesn't then have to go in and update it a second time. Communication tools. We have an event wire, so anytime someone wants to say something about a game, who's bringing beer, where are we going afterwards, who's got the jerseys, someone bringing a roster, things like that, you can communicate once and it goes out, regardless of whether they're checking their Facebook account, email, text, anything like that. Online registration is so much easier now. You just simply fill out a 1- or 2-page form to register your team or player, upload your photo, fill out your profile. Players accept the liability waiver, and then you pay online through PayPal, and then you're registered with your team. The final thing is money. Ateamo gives you the ability to track all of your players, who's paid, who hasn't paid. If a guy gives me a check at the field, I can go in through my web app, the Ateamo web app, and update that information so that they're marked as paid. So needless to say, it's made my life as a captain much easier. In talking with other captains in both the men's and co-ed league, I know that this is a challenge we all face, and they're all looking for a tool that can help them solve this problem. Currently we're in private beta with the Austin Men's Soccer Association and the Austin Co-ed Soccer Association. We have roughly 5,000 active members in Ateamo, and it's only growing each and every season. We charge about 2.5% fee on every transaction, whether it's registration, fines, merchandise, whatnot. That's our source of revenue with Ateamo. And like I said, currently we have 5,000 members. There's roughly 4 million adult soccer players in the U.S. And what we're excited to do now is take Ateamo to other cities across Texas, other states across the U.S., and eventually other countries around the world.